What's the one lie you believed for so long that it quietly shaped your entire life? I was 9 years old when my father told me, "Don't dream too big. People like us don't get those endings." He didn't say it cruelly. That was the problem. He said it gently, like advice, like protection. We were sitting on the roof of our house during a power outage, the city dark except for scattered lights. I pointed at the sky and said I wanted to be someone important one day, someone whose name people remembered. He smiled, tired and kind. "Aim lower, you'll be happier." I believed him. For years, I chose safe over possible. I chose realistic goals, practical plans, manageable lives. In school, I did well, but never pushed. In college, I picked a major I didn't love because it made sense. In relationships, I stayed where I was tolerated, not celebrated. Every time I wanted more, that sentence showed up. People like us don't get those endings. After college, I got a job that paid the bills and slowly emptied me out. My boss praised me for being reliable. My coworkers leaned on me. Promotions passed over my head like clouds I wasn't meant to touch. I told myself I was content. Then my father got sick. Cancer doesn't care how reasonable you've been. It doesn't reward humility or punish ambition. It just arrived. I moved back home to help my mother. Hospital visits became routine. Conversations got quieter. One evening, while sorting through old boxes in the garage, I found a notebook. Thin, dusty, my father's handwriting on the front. I almost put it back. Curiosity one. Inside were pages of plans, half-written ideas, business names crossed out, sketches of things he wanted to build, places he wanted to visit, dreams. My chest tightened. That night, I brought the notebook to the hospital. He was awake, staring at the ceiling. "You never told me about this," I said softly. He closed his eyes, took a long breath. "I stopped believing," he said, "before you were born." I waited. "I had chances," he continued. "I just didn't think I deserved them. And after a while, it felt safer to pretend I never wanted them." I thought about that sentence on the roof. "Aim lower, you'll be happier." "Did it work?" I asked. He didn't answer right away. "No," he said finally. "It just made the regret quieter." He turned his head toward me. His voice shook. "I didn't want you to feel this disappointment, but I did," I whispered, just differently. He looked at me then, really looked, like he was seeing the cost of his protection for the first time. "I'm sorry," he said. "I taught you fear when I should have taught you courage." He died 3 weeks later. Grief does strange things to time. Days blur, nights stretch. People bring food you don't taste. After the funeral, life expected me to resume where I left off. I didn't. I went back to my job and sat at my desk, staring at my screen. My inbox filled, meetings stacked, deadlines loomed, and suddenly I couldn't breathe. I thought about my father's notebook. All those someday laters. I walked into my boss's office and resigned. She looked stunned. "But you're doing so well here." I smiled. That's the problem. The months that followed were terrifying. Savings dwindled. Doubt screamed. That old sentence tried to reclaim its place in my head. People like us don't get those endings. But this time I answered back. What followed wasn't overnight success. It wasn't viral moments or dramatic breakthroughs. It was slow, uncomfortable, honest. I took classes, failed at things I'd never tried before, met people who believed ambition wasn't arrogance. I learned how much energy fear had been stealing from me. A year later, I stood on a small stage at a local event, presenting something I had built. Nothing revolutionary, nothing perfect, but it was mine. In the audience, my mother sat quietly. Afterward, she hugged me and said, "Your father would have been proud." I shook my head gently. "He already was," I said. "He just didn't know how to say it." That night, I went home and opened the notebook again. On the last page, in faint ink, was a sentence I hadn't noticed before. "If I ever have a child, I hope they're braver than I was." I closed the notebook and felt something loosen inside me. Here's the truth no one tells you early enough. Some lies aren't loud. They don't shatter you. They shape you quietly, patiently, until you mistake them for reality. But you can unlearn them, even late, even scared, even after believing them for years. People like us don't get special endings handed to us. We choose them. And sometimes choosing them is the bravest thing you'll ever do.